Now what we're going to do is add an extension field group. So the fleet management business users have asked us to add a fleet management specific field group to the CUS table in preparation for referencing this field group in various places throughout the system. So I'm going to go ahead and collapse our field here, and here we can see our field groups. So of course, if you don't have this open, you'll just want to go over to your Solution Explorer to your table extensions and double click on your CUS table extension table. So to add a new field group, I'll just go ahead and click on field groups and right click, and I'll select new group. Now we can see our new field group in the field groups list, and we'll go ahead and rename this. So I'll go ahead over to the properties here. I can also rename it by right clicking and selecting rename. So I'm going to go ahead and rename this DB Fleet Management. And I'll just click enter, and that'll also save that in our properties. So you can do it in the properties, or you can right click and do a rename. So now I'll also update the label. So we'll go ahead and go to the label here, and we'll just call this Fleet Management Customer Details. All right, so now we have set our label, and of course it's something that's useful to our user. So now this group will contain only a few fields. So specifically, we'll add that DB Elite status field to this. So what we'll go ahead and do is start adding those fields. Now again, I can't click and drag from the Solution Explorer. I'll need to grab from the fields that are actually in this CUS table.extension. So what I can do is I can click and drag my DB Elite status to my field group way down below, or what I can do is I can right click on my field group, and we'll say new field, and then we can go over and specify the data field here. So here we're going to go ahead and specify that DB Elite status here. We can then add additional to this group as well. So if I right click again and add a new field, I might want to add another field here. So I'll go ahead and start typing in the field that I want to add. And I'm going to do account number as well. And then I'm going to add one more to this group. So I'm just going to, again, right click new field. And then in the data field, we can go ahead and search. And I'm going to add name to this data group. So, or I'm sorry, this field group. So here we've made a new field group of DB Fleet Management. And this is going to include DB Elite status, account num, as well as name. So now that we're done with our work in the designer, we would just perform a save, and we can then go ahead and build our project.